Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Demolition Duty, set in Whittleton Creek and supplied to us today by Wasted Paphos 2. So moving on to our briefing, European spies disguised as local construction workers. And moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them, along with 2 objectives. So for today's challenge, we'll be starting at the default location, and we'll be bringing with us a Duran fruit and a silenced pistol. So right from the start and off the bat, as you are probably aware, once we are on Whittleton Creek, we are pretty much locked in to gaining ourselves at least 1 propane cylinder, and more often than not all 3 of them, and today is no exception. This is not going to be the quickest of methods. I have seen somebody else, namely Dark Spider Girl, do this with a sniping rifle in around about a minute or so, but we're going to go for the more cinematic option, and we're going to blow a few people up. So we're going to head straight to the house for sale. We're going to grab the keys from the plant pot to the right of the door, make our way into the kitchen, and then straight back out the front door and across the road to the construction site area where our first 2 targets are located. We're going to throw our propane cylinder just on the floor between them. Then we're going to hide behind the ute here, pull out our silenced pistol and detonate the propane cylinder. There we go, and that's our first 2 targets taken care of. We're then going to go and collect up the next 2 propane cylinders, the first of which is in the creek shed, and this is the one that likes to self-detonate, so we need to get there hopefully before it blows itself up and it takes us along with it. So in through the window at the back as the door is locked, and on our left there is the propane cylinder. We're going to take this one and we're going to place it on the floor behind the construction worker in the middle of the street here. So he is just looking at the big hole in the ground. We're going to drop our propane cylinder about there, and then we're going to go and collect the final propane cylinder from the garden of the house with the boat outside, which is the house next door to Yanis's house. So we're just going to quickly hop over the fence, grab the propane cylinder from beside the barbecue, and then make our way back over the fence onto the street. And we're going to head now back to the construction zone in the wilderness area, and our next target is located over there. Now there's actually a helipad here. It's very difficult to spot, but there is a circle of lights here that I've very rarely notice and always forget about. I've always called this a construction zone or a wilderness area, but it is actually a helipad landing zone. So there is our target. He's just heading over to the edge of the bushes we are in, and he's going to light himself a cigarette, which, as we all know, is a very bad idea, as it's very bad for your health, especially when there's a leaking propane cylinder being thrown at your feet. So we're just going to toss the propane cylinder down by the construction worker's feet, and when he loses interest in the noise, he will then relight his cigarette and he will go for a quick flying lesson, and he didn't quite stick the landing. So 3 targets down with 2 more to go. Our next target is the construction worker who is out in the street, who we have already set up. So we're just going to go over to the house for sale, and we're going to plant ourselves along the fence here so no one can see us. Our target is currently investigating the JCB. So once he puts away his clipboard, he will make his way back over to the hole in the ground, and once he is in position, we can pull out our silenced pistol and we can then detonate the propane cylinder and send him on a short flying lesson of his own. So we are now 4 targets down with 1 more to go. Our final target doesn't always play ball, or should I say he plays ball, but somebody else does not.
Okay.
So we're going to make our way all the way around to the far end of the map and the construction zone area, which is currently fenced off, where our final target is currently located. We're going to select our durian fruit along the way. Now this is a trespassing zone, but we're not actually going to enter into it. We're just going to throw our durian fruit from outside the barriers. So we're just going to head straight down the street past Janus's house, past Mrs. West's house, and we are going to make our way over to the corner here. Our target should be stood around somewhere, and as long as he has his back to us, we're just going to throw our durian fruit at his feet. He will get sick and he will go to Helen West's downstairs bathroom. Now this bathroom is also frequented by one of the FBI gardeners, who is currently going to be heading this way. So we have a little wait on our hands, as the construction worker is going to get sick and he's going to wander over this way, but he is in no particular hurry. So as you can see, the FBI gardener is in the bathroom at the moment. He should just be leaving, but as he radios in, our target arrives, which kind of breaks his routine. So he's now going to relieve himself once again, then radio in once again, and if we stay where we are, that will continue to happen and he will not leave. So what we're going to do is we're going to hop up onto the banister, ready and waiting. So as he radios in again, you'll see that he goes to once again relieve himself for a 3rd time. This guy must be absolutely full of coffee. So we are going to be resorting to plan B, which is to duck in through the window and try to render him unconscious without disturbing our target. But making our way up onto the balcony does actually repair his routine. So once he leaves the bathroom, we are free and clear to hop in through the window, and we can then give our construction worker a nice refreshing cold drink of water. He drops a key that we are going to retrieve, and it saves us from running all the way to the bus stop exit, as we can now head out the front door of Helen West's house, and we can take the now available construction site exit, which is a hell of a lot closer. So all we have to do is make good our escape, and we do so by running straight out and across the road, and we can head out of Whittleton Creek. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We met our objectives and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.